Kick things off. Not quite a kill though. fnatic is still moving fast.
A lot of pace coming in, and fourzee just holding down the fort towards that A side. Matty's not being checked. Finally, he does by that second player in with the wrap in from Moto.
Yeah, Banjo in a 4 versus 4. HiGHLiGHTS caught off towards Graveyard. Still gets the kill alongside Kiev chiming suit onto Mangus. 2 left standing for Enterprise. They're quick to rotations. They will get here. Bomb could be denied if HiGHLiGHTS quickly. He doesn't want to give up the information. Eventually faces around the corner and catches pepzor in the side of the head. Flank around from Kiev. Will try press on towards long. HiGHLiGHTS and IDs are in the site. With a smoke that can go down the defuse. That can get stuck on the ninja defuse itself. 3 seconds. No one's getting the kill back. Kiev can find HiGHLiGHTS. They're putting bullets down range, but IDs is holding it. The knife's in play, but he gets away with the Enterprise will eventually... That's the pot on that ninja. They do have the bomb plant. They have the force buy back in as a result. They'll get the MAC-10s. They'll get the AKs and the Galil's out. Doesn't stand a chance against the M4 of fourzee. At least him and HiGHLiGHTS will fall towards long and short. He leaves it all on Mangus here with his SMG. AK pushing up close for HiGHLiGHTS's part. Doesn't hold on though. Kiev has got to be forced in for the trade.
Yeah, entry is good again coming through from too slow to act. They don't have the numbers game in their favor. Force buy back coming through from fnatic rising. Comes up
Academy squads. Is there a call up on the table for them? For fourzee, he calls towards mid and finds pepzor instead. Removes any chances of his call up, at least in this particular round. Frag found, start out for Enterprise.
Hey, made that look easy. Just dry peek into that brackets position, deal with that first player. Agi's there with Util trying to support onto the B side. He loses his teammate from first oranges. Do they expect
give him the kill? Fire back blind from us. Faces and IDs gets Kiev. Advantage now gained from us in the hands of for IDs. Could allow the entries to come forward from the main Enterprise force. Flashing competes and blind, but fourzee still gets a blind kill on HiGHLiGHTS. Banjo is also flashed out. Let's look for a kill, only get the one for it. KST, last player standing, 1v3. IDs making noise, we'll check this corner. Look all the way out to Banana, engagement to the first. Mangus with no kit, HiGHLiGHTS going to burst down upon him. Look for the frag and just try and body block any way out of this corner position. Get his kill, grab an AK, and grab a second round for Enterprise on the established. In Kiev, in the midst of that smoke, IDs might not be ready for it to pop out of cover. His foot's not being spotted, he adjusts, but doesn't get the frag again. Matty's can at least find a response, 4v4. And they start moving in from the apartments, being covered off. pepzor and Banjo get the kills in against Mattis and Mangus himself. HiGHLiGHTS falls, fourzee with 1 AWP frag, but being left back in the apartments just for that exit to save his weapon. fnatic hold out of position. It doesn't extend towards him. 2 flashes go over. Eventually, he will start to burn. 44, he's forced to swing out. HiGHLiGHTS will get that kill, and the blind fire from the AWP won't do much. No kit, though, so unable to get any exit frags, it seems like. I still hunt for one? Nope, not to be. pepzor spotted, just hands and feet peeking out. Banjo with the bomb. That's information gain, and fourzee can play bait and switch. Kill off the player coming in towards apps. Flashbang's turned away from Reface. Does not connect the second player. Third shot also doesn't land. There's still an M4 on the back of the site. pepzor makes it a double. On for the triple against the Ds. As HiGHLiGHTS fallen back towards the B site. fnatic have all sorts of control. The Ds on 6 points of HP. Best he can do is look for a rifle.
Retaking nades coming through from the top of Banana position is going to force Banjo incredibly aggressive. Flash over the top. That's really well played from the CTs, because rather than Banjo just falling back, he aggresses and they're waiting for that.
Yeah, very nicely done there. Shot on from fourzee connects to pepzor as well, so Enterprise. Mattis will evade it. Look back for even more than one player snuck through tree, getting caught off by fourzee at close quarters. HiGHLiGHTS finally finds the trade back, but it's a 4 versus 2, and fourzee leaning in for another no scope. A triple up for the man, hearing the scope shots, hearing the footsteps, and Adidas gets the kill rising. Now set towards the defensive with a couple of players out towards pit and mini pit. Mangus forced to use his smoke down, fires through against HiGHLiGHTS. pepzor does find a trade back, and fourzee gets another no scope. This time through the warden smoke as pepzor drops. Kiev is set to fall as well. A 3v2. Mangus still in the pit. He's looking for KST. He's on 2 frags, on for the triple as well. fourzee AWP comes in with support for definitive this time, and Banjo is all alone. 1 on 2. Flash forward, catches them both in the spray, but only gets the 1 frag for it. Still broken on the buyback thanks to the damage being put out by fnatic, but same thing can be said for the T sides, and it needs to be a follow-up round. A pivotal one could swing momentum. Banjo has a HP and man advantage for Enterprise, about to extend to 2 thanks to fourzee.
That's just desperate, isn't it? From that point on, you lose.
Do not go to the first boxes. Mattis can wait. Teammate AWP in the back lines. fourzee gets caught off. A D sprays through. pepzor gets the kill for the smoke. Mattis can line up 2 frags, that one for the triple, and he holds it together for the quadra overall. pepzor leaning in initially. There are counter flashes in from the CT forces. Kiev caught. KST dolls, and HiGHLiGHTS stripped the drop as well. HiGHLiGHTS with a triple. fourzee picks up the last man. It's all left to Banjo. Very far out of position. Will eventually join his teammates, but way too late after they've all fallen. Check the corner for HiGHLiGHTS. Makes it a quadra. That's $2,400 a loss bonus. Pushing forward, evading fourzee, who now has to adjust his jump face. Banger still gets the kill against the man. So start out favors CT side once again. Second player has pushed into quad though, will Mangus look for the pick? Just smokes off apps, keeps KST at bay. The Molotovs finally force him out, but he still wins against Regali.
That was such a missed opportunity. There was a walk up on short side coming through. I'll hold that for a moment because KST's now actually started to bring this back. He's got a couple of
patience for KST to check position. They both have their backs turned, spray through on the first man. Looks for the second, spots the D's. He's not burning. The incendiary is a little bit too deep. The SMG needs to find a frag here and he can't do it. Mangus now up for the quadra clutch. 2 kills to his name. About this. Try and look for a pick back against KST. He's going to back off to try to save the weapon, but knowing that he's got guns out for both teams in this one. Force forward for Key with the Mac 10. Smoke down for Adee. He's going to get caught off guard for it. His ego's falling. Regali and Peps will turn their AKs into frags as well. That's round done already. They're
forward into the bomb side. Leave KST as this lurk to catch off any of the A players. Dealing with Mangus, and Forzy with the NWP is just hoping that he can actually hold on to it and does not. Forzy doesn't really feel as if a lot of pressure is being applied to him on Arch side or out from the AK.
For the headshot, he spots his man, takes him down. All-important pick to open up for Enterprise. And meanwhile, towards Brackets, they're starting to make their moves in for Pepzor's part. Forzy behind the smoke, will spot him as he peeks his way forward. Gets the 2-man advantage. Eli strikes on shore, and just like that, the round has fallen apart for fnatic. 3 players on the crossfire, walking in, smoke ahead, sees them both, gets damage on one. Banjo somehow wins out the fight, but Adees can get the quick wallbang trade. It's left to him on the defensive. Regali trying to look for a counterbang. Look towards that second boxes, look to the back of new box, tap forward desperately. 13 seconds, time is ticking away. You don't need that time for Adees to win out the fight and get his 2K for push up for Pepzor moving in. Eli taps and bursts. It's Regali that gets the kill instead. The headshot against the man to kick things off in the half of fnatic rising. Second kill for Banjo. Matthew's all unresponsive. Needs that second against Pepzor. He needs the D support. Adees will fall back to it's a 2 versus 2. KST on the site with a defuse. Sees where Matthews is coming in from, but Mangus gets his headshot. Kiev can turn it back. Now to a 1 versus 1. Where's the kit? It's dropped in the open. Mangus hears those footsteps, takes some damage, and Kiev just holds the defuse. Bangus got to force him off. Deagle face around with the Glock. No. Kill found at a 2K.
I almost thought that was it. Yeah,
it's push B, but nah, not to be. Kill for Mangus finds Pepzor in apartments. Got a second player out towards Boiler. Regali dead and buried. 1 more man out towards this A site as Enterprise. Unlikely he gets a defensive, like borderline impossible that he gets a defensive. Does catch Eli and drop that bomb, but it's only 1 casualty. AK should get picked up by the Mac 10 instead. But he's not opting to do that here. Stuck his way past 2 kills, gets them both. Okay, not too terrible. AK picked up by Mangus though, turns it into a full-on ace. So
Regali just playing on the pillar up from this quad position, could evade the flash to start off in the moment. It's actually going to be Agi's picking in dry, and Pepzor getting damage through the long smoke.
Blind on Eli, 5v3. Regali peeking forward, gets Matty's next, leaving it to 2, 1, and almost none. A triple out for the man though, leaves it all on Mangus. And try converging upon him from all angles. Tagged up the 54 and 2 and 0. Pepzor credited with the Pepzor leans away from position. He gets tagged up. KST also turned away from a counter flash in. Eli with the bomb up first gets killed off. It's 2 kills for KST. Regali found one of the interim. Mangus caught off on his lonesome and Forzy out of the apartments. Drops to the USB. KST with a quadra. And fnatic must fight against Banjo. Takes some damage of his own right, lean forward, look for Banjo first, can't get a second, but Matty's there for a fast response, smoke it across, they can get their way into the B site, they'll get the bomb down, a 3v3 retake should be up for fnatic. That line's nailed to 33, awkward engagements now. Pepzor takes a fight, wins it, Regali's fallen now, Adees on a flank, Pepzor makes it a double, swing back for Matty's, and KST's on the bomb, he's forced back off it though, Matty's playing passive, and he's got no time left, KST to run for the hills, hold on. So far catches little, but does see Eli.
It's one of these rounds, Jade, that really whoever wins this could probably win the map. Just the base of the reset alone. Great shot coming through from Regali, who even makes it a triple. Good sequence out from the brackets position. Enterprise struggling with a
quadra, does not quite make it happen. Adees will look for the trades back. Regali taking more damage. In the midst of the smoke, Mangus has fallen, so the ace has been denied for the AWPer, but he does get the quadra. As Regali just show a little bit of what he's made of. This is the foremost player. Well, the flash is in with Banjo peak. Yes, he will get 1 and 2. Not quite a triple, actually. Pepzor steals it all away. 10 HP for him. He's done his work.
Required for go for that entire play, and Kiev just going to get flashed in. He could peek on the contact, deal with Forzy, drop that bomb. Mangus got to try and clutch the 1v4 now.
1 player in the backside, 1 player coming in from cross bullets, getting close towards the man. A 4th player on the backstep, eventually caught off by the USP. Makes it a double up, and fnatic will find much in terms of damage against fnatic rising at all. 5 players, 4 players staying alive for the majority of most of these rounds that they've had out here. So even in the gun rounds, Enterprise have not found much. Up in for Regali, picks up Mangus. There was a kill.
He's got to be ready for the pre-aim straight away.
Peeks in, HiGHLiGHTS catches the kill. Finally, that hero weapon can turn around some damage. A 3 versus second opportunity. Also baited. HiGHLiGHTS behind the barrels, somehow maintaining his life and getting away with the kill. Ad's there with a trade, and KST overwhelmed by HiGHLiGHTS. So Enterprise finally finding some success.
And both players on the side playing it past the timing. The HiGHLiGHTS been spotted. The headshot comes through. The enemy P, though, is going to be able to get that shot off and get Enterprise up to 12.
HiGHLiGHTS down towards Arch and towards the library position. Pepzor gets away with the dink. Only the tag on Ad's though. The nade actually should finish off the job. Nicely played for KST, doing damage to the second and third players and gets both those kills for it. Enterprise falling apart again. A 4 versus 2. A shot in from HiGHLiGHTS makes it 1. Knows exactly where Mangus is. He drops in to get that 1 frag. HiGHLiGHTS's low HP. Keeve and Banjo are the main concerns, but HiGHLiGHTS makes it a headshot through. Banjo moves up, but he's walked right past the T-side player. Looking for Matty's next up to the trade. The kill comes in for Enterprise to start off the round. Smoke set, Ad's caught on the gap in it. Keeve credited with another kill. Nade back to position, should do a little bit of damage to HiGHLiGHTS and Matty's. Boost up will be attempted on Flower Pots. Matty's could get caught for it. Indeed, Keeve comes up with the first, and the second transfer's not required. HiGHLiGHTS gets his AWP frag. It's all on FaZe now, up against 4. Rushed out by the CT Forces, bearing down upon him. We'll get
going
that
into Fountain, letting the B stack come in. FaZe could get over aggressive, flash over the top. Banjo starts off, and they can continue to press forward. Now get that realization. Shortwater's completely
stab inbound as they recognize now that the teaser on the site. He does strike, get KST to a 4v4. Ad's will look for Keeve as well over.
Need to start taking some jewels in quickly.
HiGHLiGHTS gun barrel seen, perfect headshot with Keeve catching Ad's. It's a 4v2. fnatic looking to start things off on the right foot in this map up as well. Matty's all that remains. Switching back to that USP, aware of the last 2 CT players on the site itself. Pepzor with defuse in hand, going to stick the defuse itself. Go face again. USP looking towards Banjo first and foremost, and eventually he finds his headshot to keep Pepzor protected. And a pistol round. SMG continues to walk forward towards short pipe, but his back's turned towards the T-side players. So the kill comes in. KST quick to respond.
Yeah, the trade of damage, though, is huge, and the HiGHLiGHTS even going to start pressing forward. That was risky, because that is what exposes up. That rotation in from the heaven.
Left alone with against the 3 players that will make their way in towards that site. Shots do not connect. Matty sends him flying. Flashbang over to enable the post-plant.
Game played deep in from Bank, allowed that retake to come in, and now it's going to be more difficult, at least for Pepzor. He strikes on the FaZe repositioning.
Find an exploit at that position. KST wrapping around the backstab will go towards long. Matty's attention is drawn entirely towards his back angle. So KST could find a sneaky beaky spray. Catch that player. SMG burst fire. Connects a couple of bullets and eventually comes up with the kill. It's all left to Ad's now. Mac 10 up close versus 3. KST is going to be the easy picker. Banjo will fall pretty effectively, but Pepzor there with a response of a triple up for him. 25 HP. He stays alive. Number of picks in that last one. So M4's come out for 4 individuals and they lose one to Ad's already.
A great just shoulder peek.
Have the long position held. Mid might be a bit Maka contested. The M4 spray will catch off info as to where they're coming in from, though. Call back rotations. He spoke. Nobody's out there on the mid control. It's all in connector and still leaning in towards that B site. KST with another good frag. A headshot on Ad's. Banjo might draw their attention back. Look for HiGHLiGHTS next as KST falls. Banjo will still get another good pick back in. Looking against Matty's for the double up. Leave it all to FaZe. Flanked in by Keeves Galil. Let's wait to see true rifle gun buys from them.
Aji's another opening man advantage. He did that in the last round. It didn't.
Might concede the bomb plant for this. He's trying to reposition the back side. Catches Matty's, catches the D's, but the kill comes in for neither player. And Pepzor with an awkward spray has got to come up decent. At least finds that 1 pick. Draws them in to line up a good headshot on the second man, but unable to get a third. Mangus finally gets the trade.
Retaking positions.
1 player spotted. Tap up from Keeve. Takes it back to a 2 versus 2 and flashbang to the back of the site. HiGHLiGHTS catches that one directly in the face. There is no forward play from fnatic, though, so they do not get any trades. HiGHLiGHTS looking for the headshot. Banjo takes it back instead, and Mangus does not last long himself. Key with the kit. Double up for him. Another as well. Smokes go down a position as Pepzor leans up, catches Matty's, kicks things off on the right foot. Ad's trying to see if he can wrap around that corner, get Keeve to return. Pepzor can double up and maintain his composure in connector.
Scene too, because you could just see by that util and the way they peek on the contact, they know that he's there. And HiGHLiGHTS just tries to jump spot, gets caught off by FaZe. Now we're back to an even playing field.
By overwhelming forces or just mistakes being made. Pepzor out towards long, going to get overwhelmed by the numbers game as well as HiGHLiGHTS and Ad's combine. Nades in, damage will be done to the CT side as he missed out entirely with that HE. HiGHLiGHTS caught at the edge of the wall. HiGHLiGHTS gets the kill. Banjo with a responsive. Mangus safe plant behind the truck. 44 HP still, all being hunted for. Flip back to the second. Banjo on for the clutch. Forced to the reload as well. Spots Forzy on the cross. 1v1 engagement, getting one for the triple, and every time Enterprise hunts they're getting, but they just need to get around on the board here. It's very similar to that last match with Gorillas. KST picks up Matties and starts things
for a
off.
pick back with Mangus on the lurk on B.
KST just catches him so quickly as well. Second frag for him. Overwhelmed again. We'll try and reface it. The D's and Eli do catch the man off guard. Got to check the pizza corner. Keeve has seen one player not checking the right position at the right time. Pepsor can get the trade and double up himself. And it feels like to bring them up to their 8th. They've been on a roll on the CT side. 2 tacks taken by Enterprise in a freeze time. Pepsor is going to try shut them down anyway. D's get the kill. Look for Forzy next, baiting further AWP shots. Try and escape. Dodge at a 4 versus 4. Looking out towards that monster entrance is going to be Dry Face as well. The perfect position to the perfect player. Crack angle. Drops that bomb. And now Bando's got to turn his attention towards the defensive. Incendiary on the site. Matty's caught off guard, looking the wrong way as KST can double up thanks to the assistance from his teammate. Keeve is finally going to fall to the AWP, but M4 sprays from Banjo, catches another player on Mangus. Forzy caught off. KST makes it a triple, and fnatic rising. M4 in for him, flash forward, turns around, catches Forzy, continues to spray against Eli and his teammate behind him, and Matty is a lot of damage being done. Forward, KST going to wait above the railing. He's going to see the feet of Mangus. All-important kill. Advantage maintained by fnatic once again. Matty's, however, in connector, unaccounted for by KST. So 3v3 again. Banjo has Regali behind him. The AWP set up towards Rab. And the M4 sneaking back from Key finds the open door. No one from Enterprise covered that off. They didn't account for that backstab. And again, it all falls apart. fnatic rising, making plays on Enterprise's map pick. A map which they've struggled against EC Kiev on. And they're not struggling at all here for this one. Pepsor with his kill, KST with 1. Banjo gets 2 actually to steal it away and get the second trade. So a 3v2 scenario for fnatic rising here. Forzy tagged up and all. Banjo a risky peek in, but the flashbang support is definitely there. Eli, meanwhile, strikes out towards the A side, but they know that bomb is still watching for that backstab. It might be Keeve in a bit of trouble. Eli catches the shot. Banjo now aware of him. Falls back to position, back on short. Will he catch them off guard again? Forzy. HP advantage above the AK's position. Spray still comes back. Banjo on 1 point of health. A flashbang forward. He'll catch Eli blind. And he's got the clutch. Start to recognise that nobody's out here towards that mid control. Late lurk from Eli though. Catches Pepsor and gets that bombs line back in. The AWP collateral though from Regali. Missed position from Enterprise. There is a walkout to Monster. Mangus not being detected. Banjo turns around. And KST turns on Eli. fnatic rising from the ashes again. And Matty's 1v3, desperate to break into the B side, but Banjo says no. AK in for Banjo, blinded by the flashbang. The spray continues. He gets so much damage for his trouble. Back up here for Pepsor, lines up one, only one. Incendiary back for Banjo as Keeve also chimes in, and Banjo, with assistance from KST, will catch Forzy the same. Enterprise tries to go quick. Mangus reveals his angle. KST is hunting for his second pick in this round. Alongside Eli, they've got to fight back for the bomb, and KST is just like, no chance in hell, boys. 1v4 now for the last. It's 14-0.
Oh, even the pick back coming through from the Eli lands 1. Needs another. Not going to happen onto the AWP. And I really felt...
Broken by for round 15. Spray from Pepsor, because of course he does. Matties falls to Key with a wall bang. Spray back on the other side in from connector doorway. Forzy will trade places with Pepsor. He might evade him and sneak back in. Footsteps heard. Adiz gets caught next anyway. Forzy will look for the one player. Headshot converted, so there is a trade available, but it's already a 4v2.
CTs are just aggressing out towards this monster position. 2 players here to try and drop that bomb from Mangus, who's got his knife pulled out, needs to go back over to the weapon. KST does strike, and finally they see exactly where Mangus is. Forzy, the last one left, 10 points of health.
I don't know what more to say. Shot from Regali will close it for another teammate for fnatic rising.
Got in this pest around. Pace towards connector, they're going quick.
Matty's here, Disease comes in with support. Pepsor and Banjo just get those headshots immediately. Waste no time. Get caught off guard. Shots missing out. Forzy challenged. KST does not win that fight. The bomb can go down safe to the back lines of the site. Keeve comes in with a counter flank as Banjo falls. A 3v3. Enterprise working with a retake. There are no kits in play for them though. Regali waits him to pick his moment. Forzy caught, tagged up, dead to the hands. Regali's tap. Keeve comes in with a backstab. Eli, all that remains, and the dream is real.